Mary, yeah, you 1,000%. We're going to do comedy. Like we can see that.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't shocked at all. I was like, no, like Mary been funny, so I'm like, yeah, this works.
It tracks.
Yeah, this works.
It tracks, and it's so fun. I'm coming off the Looney Bin. You know, I did the Looney Bin all last week, and like people don't know, like whenever I hear people say, "I'm a comedian, I can do that," and I used to be like, "Are you sure?" You know, you used to get it. No. Now I say, "Oh, okay. Well, I'll see you at the open mic." Yeah. The open mic is this day at this time. I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Let's see if you really are funny.
Yeah.
More than just sharing drinks with your friends.
Yeah. That's a different. People don't understand. That's a different art to that.
And people who see.
Oh shoot. Okay. He already set up. Okay. Hold on. Let me go ahead and do the intro.
Oh yeah.
No, well, I wanted because this is good conversation. I'm like,
yeah. And also,
I
we went to
like
and also we went to
roll into it.
right.
He's gonna catch it eventually.
Yeah.
that's what happened. I said, hold on.
You know, the crazy, like we went to high school together. Like
Yeah.
we go back for real life conversations.
Yeah.
Fun. I think I briefly like dated your brother for like 32 seconds or something. Like we go back.
Yeah.
So y'all good.
Okay, so this is another episode of the Homeroom Smooth podcast. Episode number, you clicked on it. You know what it is. You clicked on it.
Whatever it says in the tag.
Yeah, whatever it says. Like, stop asking me to tell you the number. You know what it is. Whatever I numbered it.
Oh goodness. Well, I guess.
And I got with me. Okay, I got with me.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I have to do it. This is me as a job. I'm not your friend now. I'm doing a job.
This is a job. Okay.
This is a job.
Okay.
I collect a little coins. I gotta be serious.
That's right.
Oh no, but I got with me Mary. Okay,
It's not Mary anymore. It's
May.
May Gaden.
May. Sorry. So the friend came out. I'm sorry, y'all. The friend came out. It's May Gaden. I'm so sorry.
Hey, gotta keep them LLC names.
Hey, for real. Hey, look, hey, I'm there.
Listen,
That's why I'm like, I'm smooth. Like that's
smooth. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Oh, gosh, man, we just got a lot of history, man.
A lot
of history from North Pulaski to UCA to KUCA.
Yeah.
Radio. That's how I got into radio. Was you and YK. Well, YK now. You know. You know how we know him, but YK, Wakedo, P Smooth. You know, we all down in the dungeon.
Yeah.
KUCA. I will go out on a limb and say, you know, that was a great era of college radio for UCA. Yeah. You know, I was in the mornings, the Caleb No show.
Yeah.
And he's an anchor now.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He's like a lead anchor.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Caleb No, I still follow him.
No, I forgot to hit my boy. I could have got him on the.
Yes, no, but he's out of state now. I gotta remember what state. But Caleb, no, shout out to you for still doing your thing.
I still follow you on social media, bro.
Yes, but you know, the Caleb No shows in the morning, and then the Diva in the mornings. Then I think you had like mid afternoon.
Yeah.
And then YK and P Smooth and oh my God, and Rico and Suave, Rico Suave had the evening show, and that was. Bananas, like that was truly the Breakfast Club of UCA. I'll say that, like that late night show.
They was spicy.
It was real spicy. Like it was an event. And the funny thing to me too is like my show, when I listen to Dee in the morning. You know, I always laugh because that's where it was. Like you had your DD in the morning. You know, you had your early morning NPR plus sports, which Caleb know. This great opener, lots of energy. Then here I come with the sassiness, and then you know you had some stuff going during the day, some music playing, and then here comes Smooth, you know, with his nice, easy, calming thing, and then you had Ken. Kendall, the manager, always on us about something. Yeah. But then he was. Deep voice, you know, he was a quiet storm almost, but he did gospel. And then, like, after Kendall here comes P Smooth and YK with absolute mayhem.
It was chaos.
It was chaos. But I love that, you know, right now the big discussion is HBCUs. And I work for an HBCU, you know what I'm saying? Go Bulldogs, shout out to Shorter College. And having that experience as an employee of an HBCU, and understanding how that is welcome home for us. It's us coming home. I will say, you know, I don't want anybody to feel bad for choosing to go to that PWI, because you can have opportunities there
Right.
too. Like now, there are some days I'm like, dang, I wish I would have got the HBCU experience. But the experience that I had was a little different. It was more of an understanding on a different level of culture, and to get that opportunity to work a radio station that didn't feel like a bunch of college kids. It was professional.
Yeah.
We had to be on time. We had to have our scripts. We had to be have clean music and things like that. And so to have that opportunity and to grow from it, from UCA, it's just an outstanding feeling. Like you doing podcasts, I'm doing stand up comedy now. Which
Yeah.
is, we already talked about. It's crazy, right? Yeah. So I just really appreciate that experience as a freshman to do the radio on my campus and learn what this is.
Yeah, because that was a different era. Because I would sometimes, because I worked there, I could also just pop on whenever I wanted to, and sometimes I would just click on. I'm like, you're now listening to Smooth.
Just out of nowhere, 91.3 The Bear, right?
91.3.
I got a hat made. I remember that at Lids. One of my first ever Lids hats. I was out of town, and I got a turquoise and pink hat. And I forgot what it said on the front, but on the back. Oh, it said the Diva on the front. And on the back, it had 91.3 KUCA on the back in graffiti. And I remember how lame I felt doing it.
No, but that stuff is cool. Like when you look back on it, it's like, yeah, you gotta have some like brand identity, and you also have to take some real like self ownership of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't think you're hot, if you don't think you're cool, then you're not.
Yeah, and it transfers. Right now in the world of social media, everybody and their grandmother is a comedian. Right? Everybody, that's what they put on their comedian. And, it's okay to just say I'm an influencer. It's okay to just say I'm a blogger. You happen to be funny, and that's what makes it entertaining. But when you put the words comedian on there, I think that a lot of people don't understand that doesn't translate as it should,
Yeah.
If your brand is to make funny skits and memes, okay, you're a sketch artist. That's fine.
Yeah.
But when you say comedian, it does touch us that actually are going on stage. It hits us differently because then you're going on stage with somebody that have branded themselves a comedian, and they're going to headline, right?
Yeah.
They're going to headline because they don't really understand that means 45 minutes of funny.
Yeah.
They don't understand what laughs per minute means. That
Yep.
means that how many times are people laughing as you're talking? Yeah, and when people see their favorite social media star and then they go to see them at a comedy show, even people who have never been to a comedy show know what they're looking for some reason.
Yeah.
When you sit in that chair and you're looking at that stage with that microphone and that light, there's an expectation of entertainment, even if you've never been before.
Right.
And so you'll see them all. I mean, I've seen so many social media people take a nosedive. And unfortunately for Charleston White, he took a bloody nose recently, but that's his fault. But, when you brand yourself with a certain skill, I've always been one to say, do that skill and do it for real.
Yeah.
Don't, AI, with all this AI, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm a digital artist with AI. Okay, but can you draw me? Then don't call yourself a digital artist because you don't know how to use that pen. Say, I'm an AI animator. I'm an AI artist, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
I think people don't understand that when you talk about brand identity, it's about consistency. So your brand and your activity should go together. Your
Right.
brand and your activity should be one thing.
Yeah.
If Smooth is a podcast director, if Smooth is a podcast host, that should be consistent throughout. If you are a comedian that also is on the radio, you're a comedian and radio personality.
Right.
You don't have to slash stuff.
Right.
You just, that's what you do. And I think that a lot of people don't really truly understand that brand identity is not just your social media handle. Brand identity is a marketing concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see yellow, it's a brand you're gonna think of. You think of McDonald's. Most people, If you roasted somebody and they got on a bright yellow outfit, 9 times out of 10, the first thing you're gonna say, you just left McDonald's, didn't you? You know, if you see somebody in purple, brand identity, Barney is the yellow purple. The kids don't even know what Barney is. That's the first thing you're gonna say.
What's crazy is this girl. So I hate to bring her back up, but because she tried to roast me on Twitter.
I love roast sessions.
So yeah, she tried it. She told me I had a grown man baby face. She told me, she said I got a grown man baby face, and I said, okay, that's fine. I said, but here's the thing, I'm a grown man, and yes, I look young. However, what you can't fix is you look like Grimace.
Not Grimace.
Grimace, yeah. Where are my cookies? She looked built identical to Grimace.
I have a joke about that though.
She blocked me so hard.
I believe it. I bet you she like broke her phone trying to block you on that.
She couldn't even sleep that night. Somebody went to her page. 4 hours later and said, I can't sleep. I said, ooh, I got a nusky and big.
Yeah. Oh no, that is the goal of a comic though. Like I know you've seen it where I've gotten into some pretty hilarious, bro. I can be a menace online. Like don't bother me. Like I have strong opinions about things, but I'm also very aware. Oh, if I'm like I will come on Facebook after going hard on my point. If I'm wrong, I'll turn. Oh, all right now. You didn't cough twice. Now you gotta watch that. You didn't cough twice.
Nah, I'm good. I'm coming off. Like I feel great. I feel great.
But that cough was.
Yeah, cause I'm a Cali boy. I've been in the winter. I went to Chicago. I went to Dallas. I done been here now. Like I'm not used to this. I have one temperature.
See, that's what's wrong with Arkansas people that leave home. Y'all act like y'all have never lived here a day in y'all life. My friend moved to Florida. My best friend Wesley moved to Florida. And we were on speakerphone. We were talking. I think it was on Christmas. And we were all talking. And he goes, yeah, it's a little chilly. I had to go find my pea coat. And my dad said, oh, it got cold in Florida? He said, yeah, it's 65. My dad said, hang up that phone right now. Mr. Wesley.
Oh, my God.
And it's funny because I've gone to Florida twice for New Year's. And I will say, yes, I was in a bathing suit and a short skirt in January. And then when I got back on the plane to Arkansas, I immediately felt it. But I didn't forget. I'm aware of how cold it is here.
I didn't forgot. I didn't been there since 2015.
Oh yeah, you jetted on out.
Yeah. I'm in Cal. My ID, my license plate, everything is California.
It's
my phone number
knows how to party.
Yeah.
Not you dropped the 501.
Oh, I did. I had to.
What is that like? So like, I know. There was some military in there too, right?
Yeah.
So like when you left from Arkansas and went other places, what are some of the things that you saw that put you in the mindset of if they could really truly understand this back home, this will be better?
First of all, I would say is how do I say this without fuck it? I'm on my
This is you.
Yeah, so first of all, I would say you got to understand that no matter how big you are to your environment, you are nobody as soon as you leave. You are nobody as soon as you leave. So try to act with some level of humility, you know what I'm saying? And just act like a regular person. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to keep up an appearance. If you're out there trying to keep up an appearance, then nobody can connect with you really.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how you get the Hollywood fake people. And most people, when you act in Hollywood, you know what I'm saying, or pretending to be Hollywood, because everybody know who's really Hollywood and who ain't out there. Like out there, if you go out there acting Hollywood, you're going to find out real quick who's Hollywood and who ain't. You know what I'm saying? So I would say just be yourself. Just be yourself. And you never know who you're going to meet that would end up helping you out. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And how you end up connecting with people and building actual relationships and actual friendships to where you can actually talk with people. You know what I'm saying? There's people I haven't had the opportunity to have them on a pod yet, but we cool. You know what I'm saying? But people don't understand that. Like you just gotta play your role and just be cool. Like they know what I do, I know what they do. And when the time is right, everything will come together.
Yeah. And I think that's one thing that is very true. Whenever I go places, whenever I'm in the city and I go somewhere, you know, I'm never the one that is expecting a shout out from the DJ. I usually run from that, and luckily, you know, being in comedy, and of course my history, you know, for comedy. Like I know almost every DJ. Like that is
Yeah.
my favorite place to be when I go somewhere. It's in the DJ booth, sitting down watching.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just feel
I
safe.
do. I do the same thing.
I feel so safe.
I do
behind
the same
DJ.
thing.
And I think it's because we're spoiled. Because again, you know, let's be honest. You know, I am. I don't mind hyping up my college because there's some realities to this. UCA bred some amazing entertainers like that we have here. You know, you got Caberlin Boyce and Daz. Daz is on the Grammy committee, the Academy committee. Like she votes on who gets a Grammy. Like we have people who are writing for Caberlin wrote for movies.
Yeah.
Wrote music for movies, you know. You and I have been across the country, you know, traveling, doing things. I mean, I've been able to, like, I never thought in my adult life when I finally get to go see Hollywood, it'll be on a stage and then driving over to Pasadena and doing the legendary Ice House.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how it feels to be a girl from Arkansas walking into a competition with folks from all over the country, especially LA?
Why didn't you tell me you was at Ice House? I could have just pulled up.
I know, it's so
That's so
bad.
bad. Yeah, that's terrible.
It was it was February 2019.
I was there.
I
You
know.
could have just told me. I was there.
Well, I know who to call now when I'm in LA.
Yeah. Hit me.
But when I say to perform on that stage, you know, and you walk in and you see a platinum record on the wall that they bestowed upon Gabriel Iglesias. Fluffy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Fluffy did 100 straight sold out shows in this place, and I'm
Yeah.
able to get on this stage. You know, everybody talks about
Hey.
the Apollos, but it's some legendary comedy stages out here.
Hey, that dude is cold.
Cold.
And them sets was ever so different each night. That's what makes him a bad dude.
You gotta, and see, people don't understand. Like that is a headliner.
Yeah.
You know, I'm working my goal there. I'm getting there. I'm able to headline certain places. But you know what? We're gonna do this because you know, like you said, forget it. We're gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's talk comedy, okay?
Yeah.
For these people that think they want to do this, all right?
Yeah.
First of all, you never stop being an open micer.
Yeah.
I don't know where people get in their mindsets that they can stop being an open micer.
Bro, D-Ray was an open mic. Like he came to open mic. What is it? What's his name? Bigger, heavy set dude. Earthquake.
Yeah.
Earthquake. Open mic.
Open mics. You never stop being an open micer. And let me tell you the humbling part about comedy. You can go from a room of 500 people one night and the next night 5. Literally 5. Like I just went through that. We had 50 to 100 person shows all week at the Looney Bin this week. And the first show, New Year's, at 5 o'clock, 5 people came. And we performed for 5 people. And
Yeah.
you have to give them 5 people the best show possible.
Yep.
Period. You can't have stuff. And the thing about it is it never stops. I'm always, you know, when I'm home and when I can, I always make time to go to at least one open mic when I'm at home when I can, because you have to get that word out. That's how you write, that's how you grow. So yes, you start out as an open micer, but it never stops.
Yep.
Dave Chappelle has shut down the Laugh Factory and other clubs at the end of the show to open mic without getting interrupted that he's Dave Chappelle. So if Dave Chappelle can still find a way with who he is to open mic, you have to open mic. You have to go through that process. Once you get past, once you get growing in things, you start out as an opener. An opener needs to be prepared to do at least 20 minutes of time.
Yeah.
You never know what's happening in the back while you're not getting that light. You know what I mean? So you have to always be prepared to do about 20 minutes of time. And I'm not talking about shout outs. I'm not talking about regurgitating Instagram memes. I'm not talking about telling jokes at your family house. I mean those last a minute for 20 minutes.
Yep.
Okay? And so that's usually an opener or a host.
Yeah.
And then you have a second type of opener, which is a feature. A feature should be able to do 35 minutes, period, minimum. 35 to 45 minutes in some case, minimum. You have to be ready with that much material, okay? And then you have your headliner. A headliner should be prepared to almost do 2 hours of comedy at any given time. and not just 2 hours of comedy. You should be able to do your set, a clean set, a club clean set. Like there are different levels of this. You know, the set I do at the Looney Bin is totally different than the set I do when I go to a church. It's totally different than the set I do for corporate events, and will be a completely different thing that I do on a cruise, because all of those different venues require different things. So again, when you're calling yourself a comedian,
Right.
or you're saying that you just got started 2 months ago, but you're ready to headline, who are you, Guado? Like, what happened? Did Richard Pryor reincarnating you or something to where you can go back and retell his jokes? Like, there's no way that you're headlining and you're actually headlining, and either you're not stealing jokes or you don't have the time, you know?
Yeah.
And so when you get into these different industries, I don't speak on any industry but comedy. I'm not a musician. I've been around them. I'm not an artist. I'm not a poet.
Yeah.
I've been around them. But when it comes to the comedy industry, I feel like comedy is the only one that everybody thinks they can do.
Yeah, no, I learned that real quick because I sat down to do a YouTube video, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be funny today. And, man, when I went to try to be funny, I said, you know what? I messed up here. Click that button, click delete, hit empty the trash folder. I'm like, I'm not doing this.
I'm going to tell you, my favorite thing is to see that guy. And it can be a girl too, but that guy. And I call it that guy because you were that guy. In high school, you were that guy. In your family, you're that guy. Everybody loves you. Oh, you so funny. And you invite your entire family to the open mic. And your family's there, and they're cheering you on. And you do your open mic, right? And then you say, I'm going to do this. Then you come back the next open mic. But your family's not there. Your friends are not there. So you have to face a real audience. And they die on stage so bad. They eat such a big dick. That's what we call it. On stage. And it's just like you see everything that they thought they were break down. And I'm like, yep. And like we like to place bets. Like, how long do you think they're going to last? I said, you know, that when I give them 4 months. Or, somebody says, no, they're going to make it 6 months. Then you have some people that are so horrible, and we're like, they're going to be around, like, forever. Like, because they're going to keep doing it over and over again. But that is, like, my favorite thing to see. It's like that guy, that popular guy, that I'm the man guy. Bomb. It's the best.
Yeah, that's... But even that mindset, if you take that mindset, just the principle of that, and you apply it to anything else, when you've been successful and you've been like the guy or the girl, you know what I'm saying, and you've been on the top of the tier, to go anywhere else and to not be where you were, it crushes your mind. Like, and I'd rather have just been nobody.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I'm just building myself up. I can only be better.
I can only do better.
Yeah, I don't have a reference point for not being good.
Yeah.
I mean, for being, like, good.
Yeah. It's so funny because when I go back and I talk to people, they're like, oh, yeah, you were pretty popular in high school. I was like, no, I wasn't. I was, like, the most picked on person in school, and I don't know what it was. And I do know what it was, and I still stand on that. It was, like, 100% the love of Jesus, because I would come back to school the next day, like nothing had just happened, and they would go in, and so I think that helped me.
But here's the thing, though. Even though you weren't popular, you were still popular because everybody knew who you were.
That's crazy.
Everybody knew who you were. Like me, I have the advantage of, like, in disadvantage also, to where some people didn't even know I existed. Dead serious. People didn't even know I existed. No, because I was quiet.
That is true.
I was quiet.
True.
So it's
But
like, oh, the quiet dude got a voice.
Like not with me though. Like, so many people say that they're like, yeah, I was quiet in school, man. You don't remember that? I'm like, no, because you talked to me. Like, I didn't have a problem talking to you.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem talking to people, period. But that's a whole other subject for the day. But like, so right, everybody knew who I was. So then I go to college, and that was kind of my reset. And I was able to get this group of people to say, "There's something here. Let's polish it. Let's see what it does." And then I look up one day, and I'm top leadership on campus. You know, I'm doing so many things, and so a lot of people, the persona that they see of me is like the business lady. Like, she handles business. She gets things done. Because let's be clear, I tell people this all the time. I hope y'all really love the UCA Homecoming Greek show at Ferris Center, because guess who submitted the money to get that done? Guess who went in front of the SGA when they weren't giving any money to black organizations because we weren't as organized as we needed to be. We were still growing and developing. Even in we're talking the 2010s.
Yeah.
Guess who took their neck out on the limb and was like, we're going to try this. We're going to move it. Because you remember the Homecoming Greek show? If you didn't get in,
Oh, it was a wrap.
it was a wrap.
It
When
was
it was
a wrap.
in Maine, it was over with. I'm telling you, I used to cheat the system. So I would buy the $10 tickets, right? I would buy 4 of them. And I was working the show. So I would purchase 4 tickets. And as soon as they said we're officially sold out, no more door tickets, I will wait till the first group got off stage, and there'd be people mad. They want to be in there. They want to be in there. I'd be like, I got 4 tickets. How much you want for them? And I'll never forget. That was my kick it. That was my homecoming kicking money. It's the
Dang.
I would sell them, and people would buy them for like one time. I sold them for $50 a ticket one time
That's crazy.
because it was $20 at the door, and I was like, I'll wait. And listen, in college, you gotta hustle, okay? Was I a scalper? Absolutely, but I did my part. I bought
Hey, you
the
gotta do what you
tickets.
gotta do.
I was pressed. I mean, I'm an officer in this organization. Easily could have I'm just gonna take 4 tickets. No, I ain't do that. I bought them tickets. I paid for them. But I'm also a broke college student. Because student leadership don't pay nothing. There was no Instagram getting paid when we were in college. Where somebody, you know how much some of the kids at UCA make being influencers? Being college influencers? Like, it's a girl up there that told me, and she had to show me, she's making like $3,500 a month.
That's crazy.
Being a college influencer. Like,
That's
do you know how much
crazy.
money I would have made if I would have had
That's
SQDC
crazy.
on
That's-
social media?
That's so crazy, bro.
Like, imagine making $3,500 by telling the world your experience at a PWI. $3,500 a month.
That's crazy.
And I ain't gonna tell a name because I don't want nobody.
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to get
nah,
to
nah,
it.
yeah,
But
nah.
yeah,
Don't shake
by
the
the way,
spot.
do your thing, little mama. I'm saying this because I'm proud of you. Do your thing. But I was broke, so I had to resell homecoming Greek show tickets, and it was
That's
so
that
funny because
bull.
they would go in there and they'd be like, "Dang, it was forced," because they thought I was joking. They were taking a risk. They didn't know if I really had real tickets or not. Went in there, it was 4 seats open for them. They went together.
Oh man.
But y'all was in there. But yeah, so I mean, so many other things. We started the Unity Council while I was there, and that kind of helped some of the black organizations really come together and work together to do something. That's the first time we really celebrated Kwanzaa at UCA. Like, all the black organizations celebrated together. Then we did the International Christmas Fest, which I think they still do now, where every cultural organization comes together and talks about how they celebrate Christmas. That was a fluke. That was a fluke event. Deontay Gaskins was online, and he was like, "Mate, I'm going to get kicked off exec board." I said, "Yes, you are." I was like, "Yes, you are." He was like, "Help me plan this event." So me and much respect, Victor. You remember Victor? Victor Carter. Was Victor Carter's last name Carter? It's something different now. He's I think it's Carter. Yeah, Victor Carter. He was over Griot at the time. So he came in, and he came with me, and we worked together, and we had this Christmas program where we talked about Christmas. And my roommate was from China. She told us how they do Christmas in China, and we had games, and it was a blast, and it was a throw together event. Like,
Wow.
nothing, and we was broke, mind you. We were broke. We stole some ornaments off the tree out of the diversity department
Yo.
to play the games.
Oh my
But we
God.
put it together. So, like I said, you go from that, idea of leadership, seriousness, to then I just feel like people look up one day and, oh, she's doing comedy.
Yeah.
Like, and then, oh, snap, like, she's still doing comedy. Oh, snap, they're booking her out of state. Oh, snap, she got a name in Memphis. Oh, snap, she working, out in
Yeah.
LA. Oh, snap, she working in Florida. Oh, snap, when did this come about, And in
Yeah.
between that, we had the Melanin Pot, which is where a lot of people know me from. And again, I was real serious on the Melanin Pot, too, because I was, like, real and history, and I was going to make sure it was right as far as historically. So I think that comedy is the most I felt where I belong. A lot of people don't know I'm very camera shy, like extremely camera shy. Although I do a lot, I know it makes
Y'all
zero-
recorded the Melanin Pot all the time.
Oh, if Jay and Jacqueline were here, they would tell you. Dragging me on that camera, I had to mentally prepare every time to get on the camera. Every single time.
Yeah.
I'm still like, even now, this is so much better now only because I've started recording my sets. And so I've got more comfortable. But if you watch the Melanin Pot, I had a Iyanya thing going on. Y'all know that singer Iyanya that won the gospel competition, light-skinned lady, on Coming to America. She was the one singing lead.
Oh.
Yeah. And she does this thing where she turns her mouth when she sings. That's how she sings. If you watch the Melanin Pot.
No, I see somebody make fun of her.
Yeah. If you watch the Melanin Pot, I'm doing that. I actually I have a twist in my mouth because that's what helps me not pay attention that you have these cameras doing this in your face. Yeah. So yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, you never know like what, but when you get on that stage, like for me, the comedy stage, no matter what is going on, like that's my power place. Like I don't care who owns the club. When I step on that stage, that's my stage. I don't care who's coming behind me. That's my stage. I don't care. I done open for some greats. That's my stage. You want your stage back, you earn it back. I've opened for J. Anthony Brown. I've worked with Cheryl Underwood. I've gotten a chance to work with Earthquake. I've gotten a chance to work with J.J. Williamson. This weekend working with Trix, who is one of the most amazing stand-up comics that tours. He's been all over the country. He's from Canada, and working with him and seeing a person, he didn't care. He pubbed my merch for me on stage.
Whoa.
Like that's the kind of headliner you want to work with. You see
That's
what I'm saying?
crazy.
Like he was like, yeah, May got this, and do you want an exclusive story? I haven't talked about this.
Sure.
You ready
Go
for
ahead.
Is that cool? Is it exclusive cool with you? Okay.
Yeah, we good.
So only people who went to the Looney Bin this weekend, New Year's Eve, know about this. I have a joke, and I end the joke as if I'm hot and bothered. That's the end of the joke. Like, oh, I'm so hot and bothered. And so a part of that is I link it up to an audience member, and I say, hey, can I borrow that napkin on your table? And I wipe like I'm, hot and bothered, right? And so the audience goes crazy every time. It's always so funny. And so Trix gets my shot glass and says, hey, May has these really cool shot glasses outside that say, oh, my God, it's so pretty. That's another one of my catchphrases. And he said, also, the napkin that she wiped her vagina with, it's on sale for $40. If you want one, bring your $40. And I was like, so we're laughing. We know it's a joke.
Yeah.
This man looked at his wife, and she looked back, and she said, go ahead. He pulled out 2 crisp $20 bills.
No.
Put them on his table and handed me a napkin. And I said, okay, man, he calling your bluff. What you gonna do? I grabbed that napkin, wiped my vagina, and got it $40.
Hell nah.
And let me tell you something. So as far as I'm concerned,
Oh, y'all had a time.
oh, we had a time. You can't tell me nothing because at the end of the day, everybody talk about some, sex costs $40. No. My juice cost $40. The sex, the price went up on the sex, okay?
My God.
Yeah, I mean, and at midnight, this was the crazy part. At midnight, like we took a picture. I took a picture with the napkin. His wife is actually trying to send me the picture of them with the napkin, and so we took the picture. Everything else, I'm not thinking anything else about it. We do the countdown to midnight. Okay? We do the countdown to midnight. I look over and we say, Happy New Year. And Trix taps me on the shoulder and goes, look, dude was smelling the napkin.
Man, hey, get Buddy some help.
Hey, he got it. Listen, I don't care. His wife gave him permission. It wasn't like it was something he did on the low, being a creepy dude behind a computer. No, his wife was right there, and he looked at her and asked her. And let's be clear, from what I understand from the waitresses, it was others that wanted to do it, and their wife was like, I wish you would. I wish you would put $40 out.
That's crazy.
Oh God! And like you have times like that, you know what I'm saying? That like, like even now, I'm just like, did that really happen? And it did because there's pictures. There are pictures to do it, but like you know, you have moments like that. But also in this industry, you have moments where you go somewhere and you drive to, and I'm just being random because somewhere far from here, you drive all the way to Springfield, Missouri, to do a show, and they gave you a deposit. And you get there and they try to say, oh, well, we didn't make enough money at the door to pay you. But this contract say, somebody, y'all better tip. Y'all better do something. I'll never forget, I drove 5 hours away, and they gave me like $150 up front. That was for my gas and to get there or whatever. And they were supposed to have a room for me when I got there too. Luckily, I had some points on Hotels.com. Memberships, comedians, they matter. I had some points on Hotels.com, so I was able to even have my own room, at least for that one night. I get there, he goes, well, we didn't book your room. We can't afford to book your room. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I was like, but as long as I get my money, he was like, I don't think we're going to make it out. I said, dude, that ain't got nothing to do with my, I said, okay, fine. I turned, when I ended my set, I closed out the show when I ended my set. I said, hey, guys, I'm going to be clear. Y'all got, I said, y'all got $500 worth of comedy. I said, but your booker only paid me $150. I said, can y'all do me a favor and make up that other change so I can go home tonight? The audience turned on that booker so fast. So fast. They were like, this girl is from Little Rock, and she's up here, and you're not going to pay her? So I literally had old ladies writing me checks. I had folks pulling out cash and putting it in a tip bar, like get word up to that audience, and I actually made more money than what the booker was going to pay me. And then the club demanded the booker pay me my money. They were like, I don't care what that audience did. I don't want anybody to ever say that they came to this venue and did not get paid. Because sometimes I can look bad on the venue, too.
Oh, yeah, it do.
He's like, this whole audience done bought drinks. This whole audience done tipped my wait staff good. This whole audience is chuckling and laughing because she's on stage and buying food and ready for the next one. And you didn't even pay this one? We're not going to be able to do this again. So the club was like, I don't care where you get it from, but you better pay that girl her $350. So I came home, praise God, with like $1,800, which was not what I was expecting. But, we have to sometimes stand up to these people. Yeah. Take a risk. Take a risk and say, no, Richard Pryor. Oh, no, I want my money. Like on JoJo Dancer, Richard Pryor said, I want my money. No, I ain't leaving here till I get my damn money.
Yeah.
That's what I had to do. I got to get home. So many of us have to sleep in our cars because, we're tired. We learned to love truck stops that are safe. It's you have to take those risks for your teens, but I'm telling you, a vagina sweat for $40 is, if I have to work hard to find a story to top that. But I'm just saying, Now, ladies, don't be out here telling them that the price went up because I heard only the juice is $40. Don't do that now. Don't not have no gas in your car because you trying to play. I don't judge nobody for how they make their gas money. But I'm just telling you, as for me, and my plans, it's $40 for the napkin. So thank you for that trick.
I can't. That's worse. That's almost as bad. No, that's worse than the guys that be buying them panties out the vending
Let me
machine.
tell you something. You will not kink shame in my prison. Let me tell you something. That is their business. No, that is their. I give you. That ain't your cup of tea, but that's somebody else's cup of tea. And guess what? The napkin cup of tea made sure that my car note got paid. I needed a little extra $40 to get to that car note, and I have to take it out of my regular paycheck. So yes, that's your cup of tea. Don't worry
I'm
about
sorry.
the cup.
I'm sorry. If you watch and listen to the Homeroom Smooth podcast, Smooth kink shames, okay? If it's too weird, I'm a kink shame. If it's way too weird, I'm a kink shame. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna shame you.
But you know what though? It's so interesting for me that I think that I was in that place too before, but then being around entertainers, a lot of stuff don't phase you like it used to. Yeah, a lot of stuff don't. You see stuff. The only thing that has not happened, and I do, and this is because I have a prayer about this. You know, I ask God. I say, God, please, one, do your best to protect me from situations where I'll be around people that are on pills.
Yeah.
I watch that. I watch people on pills, and the high and the come down is horrible. And you know, I do your drugs, just don't do those around me. And the other thing I ask God I don't ever want to have so much fun that somebody decide to pull out that mirror. Okay, we're not kicking it that hard. Okay, for you to pull out mirrors and dollar bills. Whoa, that's not me. So anybody that want to kick it with me, just know that's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? Dust your hand outside. May don't want to be around. And if you gonna do that, let May go outside. Like tell me to leave.
Man.
I don't even want to be in the vicinity of cocaine. But like otherwise, you see some wild stuff out there.
Living in California my first time, I went to the club in San Diego. That's the first thing I got offered. I got in there, I had pre-gamed, I went to the bathroom, I hit the bathroom real quick, and I was like, oh, I'm finna go out to the dance floor. I'm at the urinal. Bro was like, he was right there on top of the urinal. He's like, yo, you wanna, I was like, huh? You wanna bump? I was like, no, I don't. I was like, no, I don't wanna bump. Like, cause I'm pissing. Like, what you talking about, bump?
First of all,
You talking about bump? Like, no. Like, what we doing? No, sir. I know Cali is a little different, but no, sir. We're not doing that. We're not bumping. Like, he's like, no, a bump. And I was like, nah. I was like, I don't want none of that.
All right, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, he was polite. Okay, he was polite though. He made sure that he didn't handle him without handling, making sure I feel like that is an extension of Southern hospitality in California. He wasn't finna have his high.
Southern hospitality.
I think that was a little grace of, hey, say I'm finna eat. Do you want something? I think that was their version of that. I think that was that. Okay.
Man, listen, no, because
I think that's a compliment. He felt like you was comfortable.
Nah, because cause then it just started to reoccurring like way too much. I was in Vegas, it happened again. Then I was back in California. I was somewhere else, it happened again. I went to a little house party, it happened again. I said, what's going on?
So what you're telling me is every time you pull your dick out, they offer you coke?
No.
Is that what I heard?
Wait, talk about
I think this is a different conversation.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
You went to Vegas and pulled your dick out and they offered you coke. Then you went back to LA and a whole other person, like, Byron, what's going on?
No. Wait.
Getting off of coke every time you pull your dick out at the urinal. I just want to be clear on the fact that you get off of coke. See, I get $40 and you get off of coke. I'll be honest, I know coke is worth more than $40. So, is it clean coke or is it a little vial that you get? Like, is it represent? Because, I just want to know, at what point do your dick equal coke?
Oh, my God.
just make it clear to me, like, at what point?
Oh my God! It's not. Oh my God! It's not like that. It's not like that. Okay, it's different. It's different places, different time frames. I kind of sped fast.
So you just pull your dick out in different places at different time frames. That's just what you're doing out here. You keep shaming about some panties, but you just pulling your dick out in random parties and random events, and then they offering you coke, and you wonder why they offering you coke. You just pulling your dick out at the casino, using your dick to pull the lever, and you wonder why people offering you more coke. Every time you pull your dick out. But you want to shame a napkin?
God.
A napkin? Oh my gosh! But you just pulling your dick out. Just every time you go to California, you just go somewhere. You went to a house party, pull your dick out, and somebody offers you coke. That's a lot. That is a lot. I'm fairly interested now. What is different? Do we got a mole in the wrong place? Like, what is it? Is the vein in a straight line? Like, what is this coke worthy dick that's happening?
Okay, so story time.
Here we go.
So I was a Lyft driver.
Okay.
And so that's how I would end up at a lot of different weird places, okay? Because I drop people off, and sometimes people be like, yo, you're so cool. Come inside. Hang out with us. Yeah.
And pull your dick out. Right.
I guess so. So sometimes. No, I'm playing. no, but serious note. I hate you. So serious note, I was at USC. Or whatever. I picked this kid up. It's 3 a.m. He wanted me to take him all the way to Orange County, like deep out there.
Oh,
so
that's far.
Yeah. So that's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So I was like, bro, what the fuck? And he's like, bro, I got the bread. Like, can you? I was like, all right, whatever. So we're driving. We're going, and as we're talking, we're just talking about life and stuff. And I'm like 28, 29. He is like all of like 19. So I feel like a bigger brother person, you know, so I'm trying to talk to him, give him life advice and stuff. He's like,
is in your pants at this point.
yes, because I'm driving, obviously.
Hey, listen, hey. You the one said that it's different times and places.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Okay, so anyway. So dude, we're at some point goes, he's like, yeah, I'm the drug mule for the college. I bring all the drugs in. You know what I'm saying? So if you need coke, I got it. If you need weed, I got it. He's like, I have everything. You know what I'm saying?
Was it in a suitcase? I just feel like
No, he had nothing. He had nothing left. He came back with nothing. Yeah, they had a night. They had a time because he said he's like, yeah. So my dad, he buys like all his. He works for some Fortune 500 company. Dude make a meal, like 7 figures, easy. And he was like, yeah, my dad does coke, and he buys it like in bulk. So he has all this coke, and then I resell it, and then I give him some of the money, and then he goes buys more coke. You know what I'm saying? So we're making money like that. And then he's like, but what happened was he's like, now my little sister's doing coke, and now this other woman that he's dating is doing some coke. And so now he's like, it's throwing everything off because now we're missing coke. He's like, and I don't want my little sister to do coke. She shouldn't be doing coke. She's 15. But we can't stop her because it's everywhere.
Or you cannot have coke in the house. like that's.
No, they weren't quitting coke. They weren't quitting coke. No.
That should be a slogan. We're not quitting coke.
No, they were not quitting. They refused. They refused. And when he first said coke, I said, cola? Like, because we had such a calm, regular conversation.
It was regular.
Up to 45 minutes into the ride, and then now I'm just staring at the road like this. I'm not even eye contact with him. Because I'm just like, you cannot be serious. How do I get you out my car? Do you have coke in your pocket? I'm black. You're white.
Right.
You could just say it's mine. I'm gone.
Like, it's over with. So, I understand why in this instance of you being offered coke that you may not have had your dick out, you know, but that still don't explain all these other times that you talk.
Look, we not getting into every other time. We just gonna leave it alone at this point. My God. Nah, but on a
Oh goodness.
nah, but on a serious note, you got to invite me to a show.
Oh
okay?
yeah.
You got to invite me to a show. Let me know when you in my vicinity, so I can come to a show.
Absolutely, I will. I have to do better about that overall. You know, talking about my shows more. I've actually increased more on TikTok. You know, putting my content up. It's scary. It's scary to put your sets up. It's scary because you never know what bigger name is watching and gonna borrow it. You know, no, don't borrow my stuff, man. But yeah, I'm doing better about putting more content up, about advertising shows more. Actually, this is the year for it.
What's the name of your TikTok? You just said, "Oh, I put stuff on my TikTok."
Oh yeah, so Moments with May. So MOMENTS with May, MAY. That's my TikTok. Yeah, and just know I have some opinions.
I mean, we're here. What's your YouTube? What's
Okay.
your Instagram?
So
I'm gonna help you on this
oh,
promo
thank
game.
you so much. Okay, so Moments with May is everything. Everything is Moments with May because you're gonna have a moment with May, and then comedian May Gaden on YouTube as well. And actually, we're doing a YouTube revamp, so there will be new things on YouTube starting January 6th, where you guys get to see my sets as well on there.
Nice.
I know. I'm so excited and nervous at the same time.
Y'all got that? Y'all got the SEO right?
I'm working on it. I'm getting that backlog done. Cause you know I do that in my real life. Like I have a 9-to-5, which is crazy. It's like I do PR during the day.
Okay.
But yes, so I'm getting all of the hashtags, the SEO, the marketing, the movement. But what I will say, I'm gonna need y'all. I need y'all this year. Look out for September. Every other September, I have a all-black lady comedy show. And it is on purpose. It's 100% on purpose. We don't get the opportunities
That's a fact.
for clubs to see us. There are a few of us, you know, that get the blessed opportunity to have a Looney Bin. But other black women comics, you know, they have to fight for the improvs. They have to fight for the different locations. So it's very important to me that these, budding feature comics, budding headliner comics get an opportunity at a minimum to be seen by my home club. I've been blessed to work with women all over the country. And so this year, the theme is actually going to be country girls in the city. So I'm going to pull some of my country girls from across the country and have them come in. So be looking out for that in September. And this is what I need you to do. I need y'all to grab a home girl, and I need y'all to sell it out. I would love to see 200 women in the Looney Bin Comedy Club supporting other women. And if it ain't just them fellas, I would love to see at least 200 of y'all too. Bring your ladies, bring your homeboys. Y'all come out and have a good time with us, because that gives the club an opportunity to know that people want to see our story and not just on reality TV.
Yeah.
And not all women comics sit up and talk about penis all day. That's not what we do. We all have stories. We have children.
It's just sometimes when there's coke involved.
When there's coke involved, and Byron needs to tell us, how his dick attracts coke. But, you have women who talk about their childhood, their Christianity. You have women who talk about working women. You have so many stories of women, and then you have women that talk about coke and penis. But regardless, it's so different. Last year, the last show I had was in 2022, and we had Lady Red open up. Basil did a guest set. He's out of Memphis. Trey Diesel was my host. 22 Times was one of my features on there. Miss Arkansas was one of my features on there, and I closed it out. The year before that, I got to do kind of a big dump where you guys got to see Memphis versus Little Rock a little bit. My first year, Big Dre. So we have, I have a guy host, and then I have all the ladies. So my first year, I was able to bring out, she's passed now, but Judea Driscoll, and comedy lost a true gem when she passed away. And her set is actually on there that she did that night, and that was like my little sister. But I mean, when I tell you, one of the most talented young ladies, alt blurred young ladies that you ever heard, and she got booed that night. Like this is what's funny. She told a joke, and somebody in the audience said, boo. And she said, okay, if somebody says boo audibly, you move on. She moved on, did another joke, came back to the joke that the audience booed her on, and closed and killed. And she started opening at the comedy club.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, my show, I mean, I've had several women that have featured on my show and had the opportunity to work the Luna Bean Comedy Club from doing my show that they'd never seen before. And so I love having it. I do it every other year because I'm not a producer. That's stressful. But this year, and it's a surprise coming that you guys are going to enjoy as well. So Country Girls in the City coming this September 2024. So be on the lookout.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't.
So yeah, we went, man.
We went.
Right. I just looked at that time. Oh
Old
my
friends,
God.
man. That's what happens. Old
Right.
friends.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Homeroom with Smooth podcast. Don't do coke and don't